Hi there, good afternoon. My name is Mole. I am a product manager, student counselor, and a British parliamentary debater. This is officially my second long form content or video on this page, and I'm glad to have you here again if you are here today. So before I go into today's video, because today's video is going to be talking a little bit about focus and really why you can't sit still, and pun intended, that's why I'm sitting down today. Anyways, before I move into the video, I want to talk very briefly about our sponsor or our collaborator for today's video, Judah Omo Fashion, Judah Tribe. You can see the cap I'm wearing. This is from Judah Tribe. The trousers as well, the Ankara pants are from Judah Tribe. And Judah Tribe is a brand owned by my younger sister. She is a fantastic fashion designer. She's been into the fashion business for close to a decade, if not more. So she's really good at what she does. You can check her out on Instagram and on TikTok, Judah Mo Fashion, Judah Tribe. It's been amazing. Basically 80% of my wardrobe are pieces made by her, so you'll be seeing a lot of that in videos moving on. But yeah, this piece, it was on sales as of December, but sales period has gone to, I think the cap is 5,000 and the trousers go for, I guess, 12 or 15 thereabouts. But I'm going to be adding a link to the tribe and how you can shop these pieces. Without further ado, let's move straight into the video. So today's video is titled Why You Can't Sit Still. And honestly, when I was brainstorming for what the content for this month was going to look like, I wanted to do a lot of teaser and debate, and I wanted to always come here and talk to you about debate. But as someone who works as a product manager and has also been exposed to that's not the right word, and as someone that has dealt with procrastination for years, I knew that it would be important to talk about focus. Also, we're in the first month of the year. Literally, everybody is still probably gung-ho and, focusing around, these are my resolutions for the year. So this is what I'm trying to achieve. At the end of this year, I want to make $1 million. Or at the end of this year, I want to be fit and I want to be healthy, or I want to read more. I don't even want to go into that entire debate that happened at the end of last year around the girl who read 120 books and everybody was going crazy, right? I'm not on X, I'm on Twitter, so that's the conversation I would be having today. But what are we doing today is talking to you about why you can sit still and the problem with your focus from the perspective of a product manager and a British parliamentary debater. So sit still, because we're going into it right away. So let's talk about why you can sit still. And the first point I'm going to make is from the perspective of a product manager. And this first point is apps are designed to break your attention, or apps are designed to take your attention, depending on how you want to look at them. So in product management, there's something we call retention. When product managers create their PRDs, when they create their strategy docs, and when they create a go-to-market strategy, one of the important things to note is that we want you to be able to maybe get on our app and not leave the app. We want to give you an immersive experience. I interned as a product manager with a telemedicine startup in 2023, and even for a telemedicine startup, this was true. We wanted our app to be an all-in-one stop shop for everything you could possibly need, right? For everything a doctor could need, for everything a patient could need, that once you're in the app, we don't want you going out of the app. That's literally how most social media apps are also structured. And that's why they are being constantly updated. So look at Instagram over the last 10 years. Look at Facebook itself. Look at TikTok. Like, the reason why TikTok got so viral was because it could understand your needs, your preferences, and fashion your algorithm according to that. So when you are in, we don't want you out. What that does is we are retaining your attention by giving you bite-sized content that appeals to you or that feels fulfilling to you. And because we understand that attention spans are kind of short, most of this content is given to you in like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, maybe a minute max. So you are used to consuming bite-sized content. When you spend your time or spend hours, like some people can be on Instagram for 3 hours, 4 hours, TikTok for the same amount of time, and you just consuming 15 seconds, 15 second, 15-second reels, it does something to your attention span. It does something to your mind. It basically tells you that anything above a minute is work or is stressful. That's not a problem with your brain necessarily, but a problem with your focus. What that then looks like in your everyday life, that it becomes very difficult for you to sit still. It becomes very difficult for you to articulate your mind or to even give speeches that are beyond like 5 minutes, because somewhere in your mind, a minute is like the maximum, or a minute is like everything that you want to gain you must be able to gain in a minute. That's problematic, and that's something that you want to move out of. So, first point is that we are stealing your attention, or we are taking your attention by giving you something that basically is not very good for you. So, apps are designed to take your attention, and they do this in subtle ways that are quite negative, that have negative effects on your brain and on your focus. So, you want to take your power back. That's the first point. So point 2 is that boredom is the birthplace of identity. I'm talking on this. My first point around how apps are designed to take your attention was from my product management experience. But boredom is the birthplace of identity. I'm going to be talking about this kind of from student counseling, right? I've counseled students for years. I started an RO in 2020, which means this year, at the end of this year, it will be my 6th year at RO. And one thing I've noticed for almost all students, even those that claim that they can't write their SOPs themselves, once you kind of like force them to just stay bored for a few seconds, tell them, oh, don't worry your phones, just like, especially if they're coming in for like one-on-one consultations, you ask them a couple of questions, leading questions without distractions, and you begin to see that, oh, all the things they thought they couldn't do, they could actually do it. So point 2 is that boredom is the birthplace of identity. If you cannot be bored, you have a problem.
I think that it's really sad that we've gotten to a point where a lot of people cannot stay without their phones for 10 minutes. Do you know how crazy it is that you need, like, there are people that live basically on notifications. I used to think I was a superior human being until point last year when I realized that I was averaging around 10 hours screen time per day. Why? Like, I was spending so much time on Instagram. I had to put timers on all my apps at some point, and even with that, I still felt like I was spending way too much time on my phone. When I'm in the office, every little break I get, I'm already on my phone, I'm already checking something on Instagram, I'm already checking something on Snapchat. At some point, I had to I still don't get notifications I don't get notifications from any of my social media apps right now, because I felt like I just needed to unplug, and I was still entering those apps despite not getting notifications from them. So if you've gotten to a point where you cannot be bored for any reason, like your phone is basically your do or die, you need to have your phone with you at all times, then you really need to unplug. I have a friend, I have a group of 7 very special women to me. I call them my wives. But they're like my closest friends, yeah. So I have one of them in particular, Vic. Vic does this thing where every year she unblocks one entire month. So every January, from the 1st to the 31st of January, she's not on any social media. She's not on her phone. That's just it. Like, she doesn't have her phone from 1st to 31st. You cannot reach her. You can't find out anything social media. It's insane. When I first heard she was doing it, I thought she was so brave. Then I remembered when I was in year 1, when I was writing JAM, that I would give my mom my phone for like 3 months in preparation for exams. In my first year, 3 weeks to exams, I wanted to just drop my phone at home and not pick it up again. Like, those were things I could once do. And now I'm thinking that if I am away from my phone for a week or 2 weeks, will I reveal it actually? Because like, I'm kind of like attached to it now. So it's something I'm also learning, the idea of being bored. So you want to learn to be bored because boredom is really deep to identity. You have some of your best ideas when you're bored. This is something that a lot of experts tell you or recommend for you to do. They tell you go on walks, unplug, don't listen to podcasts, just if you cannot sit still with yourself for 10 minutes, my guy, my love, you have a problem. So, one, after then to take your attention, you want to get your attention back. But two, you need to learn to be bored and be comfortable being bored. This year, one of the things I told myself I was going to do was show up more in different aspects. And my third tip to you, it kind of like flows out of the second one, that boredom is a piece of identity. But I want you to give yourself, and it's something I'm giving myself to, 10 minutes every day where you're without, you unplug from the world, you're not with any devices, you're not listening to anything, you're not feeling anything. Just take a notepad and a pen or a pencil and just sit with yourself for 10 minutes every day. I don't know what would time it, maybe the 10 minutes plug or the 10 minutes, I don't know what to call it, but like just give yourself that. So do the 10 minutes, 10 minutes let or detox per day, or 10 minutes, yeah. Just stay with yourself for 10 minutes, write your thoughts. You will find that it can be way more helpful than you actually realize. I think the second thing I'm going to mention about that, I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I struggle with procrastination for a very, very, very long time. I am recording this video on the 1st of January. The plan is to record 4 videos. This second video I'm filming, it's stressful, it's hectic. The first video we filmed, we spent over an hour filming, and I know that like I won't take more than maybe like 30 minutes of usable content from it. But I'm doing it. I have access to all of these facilities and I want to make the proper use of them. And I'll be honest with you, like I had to sit down and really think of what I needed to do. I had to get into like a creator mentorship circle that I'm supposed to, I'm supposed to be joining now, so I'll be rounding up this very quickly. But beyond all of that, right, I had to like sit with myself and face it square in the head that everything I'm procrastinating on would eventually come back to bite me in the butt. So what did I do at the end of last year that I think you would want to do for yourself too is get resources on what you struggle with. So yes, I can tell you, oh, sit for 10 minutes every day and detox, but you also maybe need tools. Okay, let's make this a 4th point, right? 4th point on why you can sit still and what you can do to help yourself, the action plan. Get resources that are useful to you. I read this book, How to Stop Procrastinating, in less than a week. I think in about 5 days. I got it on Christmas Day and I was done reading it before New Year's. And it was beautiful. It's probably one of the best resources I've read on procrastination because one, it is so short. It is like most of the other tools you see out there, most of the other books you see out there are really, really big books, and you're already even worried entering the book. But this book is, oh my god, it's just great. In fact, like I would say it's a very good entry point for like other resources. So my plan after this is to read Getting Things Done, I think by Alan. I can't remember his name right now. And maybe by the time this video will be live, I would have gotten that book or not. Right, so get tools. Sorry, there's no like background distractions. Get tools, get resources that help you, that would help you be on the right straight and narrow. In fact, I feel like most of you might not be able to practice the 10-minute rule until you see the danger you are in, right? And see why you really need to embrace boredom and try to create a better life for yourself. And I'll be honest as well, better life doesn't necessarily always mean more money. It could be more creativity, it could be more space for your thoughts to actually flow. It could be, I don't know, the space to discover things about yourself that you have not previously discovered because you're constantly distracted. Whatever it is, it would be nice to sit still. So I've sat still here for more than 10 minutes talking to you, and genuinely I think that there's so much you could do with yourself by gaining your own power back, by making your focus yours truly. And you don't want it to be controlled by apps, you don't want it to be controlled by external sources. You also want to be very careful around what you spend your time with. Social media is good. I won't just tell you, oh, break down social media, just moment I want to on it every day. Even I am still struggling with that, yeah. But make sure you're doing the important things first. Make sure you can sit still with yourself. Make sure that you are not constantly finding distractions at every opportunity just because your phone has presented a very good excuse or escape point for you. So you want to sit still this year, and that is the cue for me to stop talking. So I want to do like a roundup post kinda. So let me see what I'm going to use for the conclusion. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright, so let me give you the conclusion.
Continue.
Alright, so let's be honest, let's face it, being a focused life in 2026, it feels like a lot of work. It's being an age of distraction. Being a focused life in a world of distraction is a radical act. It's the difference between being a consumer and being a creator. I'm documenting my journey because like that's largely what this is. Becoming a logic architect brand while working 9 to 5 and also writing fiction. If you want to build yours too, please subscribe. And I've put together a critical thinking cheat sheet based on my debate group background. You can grab it for free in the link below. It'll help you spot your truthful answers in your feed in under 10 seconds. Stop reacting, start thinking. I'll see you in the next one. That part, okay, no, let me begin. So, building a focused life in an age of distraction is like a radical act. It is a radical act, but it is possible. And I'm currently on a journey building my own logic charity brand, if you could call it that. If that's something you're interested in, smashing your goals, being able to sit still, please hit subscribe. It's been beautiful doing this. I do not want to yap more than needed, but yeah, I'm putting together a cheat. I'm putting together a cheat. I'm putting together a cheat sheet. I'm putting together a cheat sheet, and it's going to be linked in the description. So that will also help you learn how to sit still, learn how to spot logical fallacies, learn how to be comfortable boredom by yourself. There's going to be in the description. You can make sure to check it out. Also, hit the like button if you've not done that yet. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah, let's put ourselves down again. I'll put together a cheat sheet. A cheat sheet.
So I'm putting together a cheat sheet.
Again.
I've put together a cheat sheet.
You put together, or you're putting together.
Cheat sheet.
Now is it for BTS?
Okay, yeah.
No, I'm already going now. I'm just going for BTS.
So yeah, I'm putting together a cheat sheet. I put together a cheat sheet, and it's going to be in the description. So if you're interested in learning to yourself, learning to be comfortable with boredom, any of those things, spotting the true fallacies on your feed, click the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.